Arkansas's offense looks really good this year, and their team as a whole has looked very impressive. But I'll tell you one thing: they haven't played the stout Georgia defense quite yet. They haven't played a defense that's even close to as good as Georgia's is. So I'm here to talk today about, can Arkansas put up a lot of points against Georgia's defense in Athens, a home game for the Bulldogs? I know that Arkansas's offense is really good. They put up a lot of yards. They put up 40 points on Texas. They beat A&M last week, but they're playing a different animal this week. They're playing a team that knows they're national championship contenders, a team that knows they have a national championship defense. Is their offense good enough to put up a lot of points and beat Georgia? I'll give you the answer in just a second. Ryan Curley here with Dog Post, bringing all the details. Remember to be going to the site, dogpost.com, for all your coverage and insider information. So with that, the answer to that question, I think, is going to be no. I don't think Arkansas's offense is going to be good enough to make Georgia's defense not look elite like it has these last 4 games. Dive into the numbers. 1 offensive touchdown in 4 games. Georgia's allowed 1 offensive touchdown in 4 games. It's a passing touchdown in the South Carolina game. I think the starters, for the most part, were not even in. The game was pretty much over. No offensive touchdown allowed against Clemson. No offensive touchdown allowed against UAB. No offensive touchdown allowed against Vanderbilt. Those aren't elite teams by any means, and Clemson has shown us that they're not a top 10 team, and I don't even know if they quite deserve to be quite ranked. I think they're 25 right now. Clemson's not that good. Arkansas is the best team that Georgia is going to face up against so far this season, and will be, I believe, until they play Alabama, which is becoming sort of a collision course here for the SEC Championship, and Florida, for that matter. I forgot Florida. Florida and Alabama may be tougher games, but Arkansas is the toughest as of now. We're going to see how Arkansas plays Georgia in Athens. They're very good. KJ Jefferson, the quarterback, he can move. He has a very good, one of the best wide receivers, not only in the SEC, but the country, Treylon Burks. He has 373 yards through 4 games. That's a lot. KJ Jefferson is their quarterback is the second leading rusher. They like to run the ball. They like RPOs. They like to stay active with some read options. And they're going to be good, but they haven't played somebody like the Georgia Bulldogs. I got the numbers pulled up. They've only allowed 69.5 rushing yards per game. That's elite. They've only allowed 115 passing yards per game. That's elite. Only 1 total touchdown between the two. Elite. Georgia's defense has been elite. They've gotten a few interceptions. They've gotten a safety. They've gotten a defensive touchdown. They look really good so far. And I don't know that Arkansas can come in and put in a lot of points. The line right now, the betting line, is 18.5 in Georgia's favor. I don't think Arkansas is going to win a shootout with the Bulldogs if JT Daniels is healthy. We know he's dealing with a lat injury. I don't think it's serious. So I think if I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that Arkansas is going to come in and make Georgia's defense look silly in any manner. And I don't think that's the case. If Arkansas can't run the football on Georgia, I don't necessarily think that they're going to win by throwing 50 or 60 passes in a game. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they can win a shootout with Georgia's offense. Georgia, I know it was Vanderbilt, and who cares? Who cares who Georgia played last week? They put up 62 points. That is a lot of points. Arkansas hasn't done that yet, and they haven't done that against poorer competition. So Arkansas has shown that they're not as good. They can't score with Georgia. I mean, look, this is why they play the game. We're going to find out on Saturday at noon what's going to happen. But I don't think that Arkansas can score a lot of points on this Georgia defense. I just don't foresee it. I think they might break away a few plays, might get a couple touchdowns, but across the board, Georgia's defense is just loaded with 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars who have shined. NFL talent, first-round talent. Adam Anderson, Jordan Davis, Trayvon Walker, and Jalen Carter are starting to look like first-round picks. Nolan Smith is finally blossoming. The people in the secondary have stepped up. Lewis Seen's good. Christopher Smith has stepped up. Tyke Smith, the second-team All-American last year, is supposedly going to come back this game. We'll see how that goes. Keely Ringo, one of the best defensive prospects that Georgia has on their defense, is starting to look really good and got a start over Amir Speed last week. they're loaded. They're loaded, and that's really the kindergarten way to put it, is that they have a lot of talent. And yes, Arkansas is a very good team. They're deserving of their top 10, that top 10 record ranking right now. I don't think they're going to be top 10 after this game, after they play the caliber of a defense. I'm going to say it, they're elite. They want to be elite. They aren't calling themselves elite, but Georgia's defense is elite. And I don't think that Arkansas is going to come in and score on them. It's going to be very hard for guys like KJ Jefferson and Traylon Smith and Traylon Burks to come in and just dominate. Georgia is different from the teams that they've played so far. The first 4 teams that Arkansas has played. And Arkansas hasn't been blowing people out either. Let's not forget that. Arkansas is a well-rounded team, and they're very good. And they're one of the better teams in the SEC, and they've been surprising, and they're well-coached. We know that Coach Sam Pittman, coming from Georgia as the offensive line coach, we know that he's very good, and we know that he wants a dogfight. But they just haven't played someone of this caliber, and I think that Arkansas is going to get a little bit of a reality check when they come into Athens this weekend, and they play a team like Georgia, who not only can score but is going to prevent you from scoring. Georgia has allowed less than 6 points per game this year. 13 was the most they allowed to South Carolina. They allowed 7, and that was a defensive touchdown, UAB. 3 points to Clemson, and then 0 to Vanderbilt. I mean, they are shut down, and then they can score as well. Can Arkansas score with Georgia? I don't know. Can they score on Georgia? I think that's the bigger question, and we're going to find that out this week. Remember to go to the site, dogpost.com, for all your coverage and keep up with all the social media links this weekend.